Welcome to AT Trailworks. I'm Adam Thomas. Today we're going to look at the Council Tool Hudson Bay axe. Now this is shorter than you'd typically think of when you think of an axe, but I got that and it's made like this for a good reason. So this is what some would call like a camping axe. It's pretty good for splitting firewood and doing things when you're at the campsite, and it's not as big and cumbersome as a normal like splitting firewood axe. I bought this primarily as a wedge banger, which was a mistake on my part, and I'll explain why. But I wanted the 18-inch handle because hatchets typically just like a hammer, right? It's just one hand kind of thing. You don't have room for both. I wanted just the extra driving force. But that doesn't work out too great here because this surface area is smaller than the surface area of a wedge. So I've really chewed them all up with this thing. That's my bad. That's not critique on Council Tool that made this. The craftsmanship of this is great. It's a hickory handle. Sometimes you buy a hatchet or an axe and this is cut flush, which is actually kind of a no-no. You want it to be above the head so that the wood flares out above the metal, so then this won't slide off. So that was a thing I really looked into when I did some research before buying this. I picked it up from forestry suppliers. Excellent website, and they have tons of other stuff for people that do woodsy kind of things and that kind of trend. There's a lot of overlap between forestry and then trail work. So pretty much everything you want to do trail building wise, you can find the tools and supplies for it there. So that's a plug for them. Yeah, that's a helpful plug. I don't get anything back for saying that. It's made in the US, which is rare, I guess. Yeah, so it's good. It's got a good weight to it. It's probably 2.5 to 3 pounds. I don't remember exactly, but it is heavier than a hatchet would be. It's incredibly sharp, like out of the box. Like, you gotta be careful with this thing. One thing I don't like about how this is laid out, so it's pretty top heavy because of how beefy this is. So if you're using it with one hand, you really got to choke up on it. So if you are even using it in a camping setting and you're trying to get the bark off of stuff, or you just want to split some tiny bits of wood, and with one hand, it kind of wears you out and you're really high up on the handle. But this style is what makes it a Hudson Bay axe. So as a camping axe, it's awesome. It's perfect because it doesn't take up much space. You are gonna like kind of split stuff, and to use two hands isn't a big deal. If you need to drive in a tent stake, you can do it pretty easily. It's my fault for getting this and wanting to make it something that it's not. But a camping axe, this thing definitely is. Apologies for the messy garage, but we'll split this piece of, these are both maples, but this is just the bigger chunk that's already split. And then this is just the branch from further down the way, but we'll hammer through this and I'll show you how it splits. So yeah, like if you're just trying to get things smaller, handles that no problem. Yeah, does that pretty good. Let's say you got on Pinterest, saw a pallet project that looked pretty easy, and then in reality it actually isn't. So you got a bunch of these bits laying around. And this is where you kind of use it with one hand more. You can split that stuff into smaller kindling bits. So it makes quick work of that stuff, and you can get your fire started quicker that way because this stuff's going to be dry, you know it, and so that'll be your kindling for your fire, and you can split real logs that way too. The Hudson Bay axe made by Council Tool, made in America. Great tool, perfect for camping applications. It's thrown it in the back of your car and it being there when you need it. I look forward to adding it to the collection of other hatchets and axes that I've acquired from grandparents, both on my side of the family and my wife's side, and look forward to passing these down to the generation that comes after us. So don't regret it at all. I might get something else, but with the exact same handle length for trail stuff, but just a little bit more purchase there so that I'm not killing my wedges. I'm glad that I have it and would recommend it highly for camping stuff. So the Council Tool Hudson Bay axe is a winner. Whereas Leonard from Community would say it's a buy.